How to talk to yourself. Do you talk to yourself? It doesn't mean you're crazy. It means that you are human. People have been talking to themselves for forever, probably since we evolved into higher beings, the higher beings that we happen to be. When you talk to yourself, do you use your first name or your last name? When it comes to me, typically use my first name, although most people I talk to, when they talk to themselves, typically use their last name. And I do sometimes use my last name, but it's usually in like an athletic sense of the word, like, come on, Fanning, hit it, get the ball in, or something along those lines. But anyway, getting back to this specific topic of how to talk to yourself, it's really important that you do it because it's a great point of reflection, and it can be very helpful, and it can be your own inner wisdom and a higher consciousness trying to get through. Maybe it's some wisdom or some teaching that an old teacher gave you a while back and you are recalling it. But a couple things to think about. Number one, when you talk to yourself, the idea is that you're going to sit with that and answer yourself. So just talking to yourself over and over and over can actually be a little bit neurotic. It can drive you a little crazy. So the key is to think about talking to yourself and then sitting with the question. Now, how do you sit with the question? Well, sit with the question maybe by writing it down. And when you write the question down, you can just sit with it, be with it. You can even write in a response in like a diary or a journal format, or maybe just bullet out potential solutions. But that turns talking to yourself into a much more productive format. So give that a shot. And even if you're not accustomed to talking to yourself, maybe just write to yourself. Sometimes what I'll do is I'll actually open up Gmail, open up an email, and I'll write in the problem that I'm facing. And then I'll just let my mind for a while unwind on that topic. And I usually set the timer on my phone, not always, but maybe it's often, probably 50% of the time I set the timer on my phone for 10 minutes and just let my mind unwind and just spew information, getting it down on the page. And just doing that really seems to do the trick for me for coming up with potential solutions that I can feel good about and actions that I can take. So think about talking to yourself if you're not already. And if you are, you're not crazy. You're doing the right kind of thing. But instead of just talking to yourself, talk to yourself for a while and then sit with the questions and then develop a strategy to start coming up with potential solutions.